All right, today we're going to dive into a story that asks a pretty profound question. What if our biggest, most important battles aren't fought with weapons at all, but with ideas? It's a story that feels, I don't know, incredibly relevant right now. It blends this epic sci-fi adventure with some really deep spiritual themes. So let's get into it and explore the case for Sozwik.
And this right here, this is the question at the very heart of it all. It really challenges you to rethink everything you know about conflict, about what a hero is, and what it actually means to fight for a better world. So before we even meet our hero, let's kind of set the stage. Let's look at the world he's about to enter. Because I think there's a really good reason a story like this is connecting with so many people right now.
I mean, let's be honest for a second. Doesn't it just feel like something is off? The usual stories we get told, they often feel kind of shallow, like surface-level distractions. It feels like there's this growing hunger for something more, for stories that don't just entertain us, but actually awaken something inside of us.
And that is exactly where our story begins. It's a direct answer to that hunger for something deeper. And it all starts with a very unlikely hero, an extraterrestrial Sasquatch shaman. Yeah, you heard that right. So get this, Sozwik's arrival on Earth just blows the lid off this massive, hidden truth. He discovers that both his kind and humanity are basically part of a giant hidden experiment, and it's being run by this psychic force that literally feeds on fear. His job? Help us wake up before this whole system of control becomes permanent.
No pressure.
And this slide just nails it. This isn't your typical alien invasion movie. The battle isn't for our cities, it's for our consciousness. It's not about fighting some big, scary thing out there, but about remembering who we are, in here. Okay, so you have this huge, metaphysical, mind-bending story where the main battlefield is literally the mind itself. How in the world do you even begin to tell a story like that? Well, it turns out the medium you choose is just as important as the message. I mean, the story of Sozwik travels through these dreamlike realms, telepathic landscapes, and has encounters that are, frankly, almost psychedelic. If you try to capture that with regular live action, you just lose all the magic. It wouldn't work. And that's why animation isn't just a stylistic choice here. It's absolutely essential. It's really the only way. It lets the creators actually show us the invisible, things like telepathy or astral planes. They can literally render consciousness itself, showing how energy has a shape, how reality can bend. And let's be real, you get to completely transcend physical limits without any clunky-looking CGI creatures. And if you need a quick way to wrap your head around the vibe, this is probably the best comparison you're gonna get. It's got that mind-bending, what is reality sci-fi of The Matrix, but it's blended with the deep, spiritual, visual wonder of something like Princess Mononoke. That combination, that's what makes this vision so incredibly powerful. So, if we're talking about a war for our minds, then who, or maybe what, are we actually fighting? Let's take a closer look at the force that Sozwik is really up against. The antagonist here isn't a person. It's not some alien with a laser gun. It's what the story calls a mind virus. It's this parasitic psychic intelligence that worms its way into the collective consciousness of a whole species, manipulating it from the inside out and just feeding on all the fear that it creates. And its tactics are so insidious. It's not about brute force. It uses these really subtle manipulations, like amplifying fear that's already there, creating division, engineering crises to keep everyone scared and distracted. It even gives us the illusion of choice, just to hide the bars of the cage. And that is the question the story just kind of stops and forces us to ask ourselves. It holds up a mirror and it makes you wonder about the invisible systems of control that might be playing out right now, just beneath the surface of our own lives. Which really brings us to the whole point of a story like this. It's not just designed to be an escape. It's meant to be a catalyst for change. You know, we often think that big world-shaking change has to come from the top down, from governments or some new piece of technology. But this story suggests that the most powerful engine for change is actually something way more personal. It changes through stories. I mean, think about it. Stories are how we make sense of the world. They give us new maps of reality, new ways of seeing our own potential. You could even say they're like the operating system for the human mind. It's like a chain reaction. A really powerful story plants a seed, an idea. That idea can spark a personal awakening, a real shift in consciousness.
And once that happens to enough people, it can spread like wildfire, transforming the entire system from the inside out.
Ultimately, the story of Sozwik isn't just about an alien shaman coming to save the world. It's really a powerful reminder. It's a reminder that the most inescapable prison is the one we build in our own minds, and that the key to our own freedom, it's already within us. The only question is, are we ready to use it?